Hey everybody, welcome back to the Buffalo Plus YouTube channel. Mike Catalano along with Dan Fates. Jenna getting a day off, we'll say, right?
Yes.
Yeah, she's back to work. We'll all be at camp coming up tomorrow. But for today, we're going to talk a little bit about what we...
dressed.
New look. New.
Like, comment, subscribe.
Yes, exactly. New polos that we got out for here. So Jenna has her own special polos,
obviously.
so we'll see what she's got. We want to talk about what we saw at camp. We're going to have 5 moments, 5 players, things that we saw today at camp. Kind of interesting to see. Let's get started with that. There were a few plays. My favorite play of the camp so far is big fella football with Poona.
Poona Ford blowing up a screenplay. Matt Barkley seemingly threw it right into his big belly. And then Poona Ford took it the other way for a big man pick 6 touchdown. I tweeted out that Josh Allen tried to chase down Poona Ford as they ran away from us on the other field, and people were going, so the Bills are going 2 quarterbacks in the red zone? No, Josh was off to the side, but you know how competitive he is. Didn't want a defensive player to score. But yeah, again, I think Poona's looked strong so far. Again, I think he's assimilated well into this team. I think he's going to be a good rotation guy. He was one of the signings that I really liked this offseason.
Sean McDermott was asked about him today. He said he's a quieter guy. He likes the way he goes about his business. They do have some talkers on that D-line.
Plenty.
Yeah, they got a few guys who like to talk. So Poona just doing his business. But when you see him, I got to think. I think of Chris Berman saying rumbling, stumbling, bumbling. Big man touchdowns are fun to see. Barkley doesn't like it, but I think the fans got a nice kick out of it.
Yeah, I think that it's funny. We can point out probably 3 or 4 defensive plays that really stood out today, but I thought the offense was really good.
Yeah.
I know the other play we talked about is Jordan Poyer had an interception in the red zone that stood out.
Yeah, it stood out because I love the competitiveness of the red zone stuff. Yeah. I mean, you can tell. Look, when they're out there running different things, they're all competitive. They're trying to make plays, but you can really feel it. It's not hitting. Yeah. It's not real football, but it's more of highly competitive 7-on-7 football is what it is. And Josh made a throw, really good throw. Poyer made a Poyer play on it.
Yeah, rotated over, went up, caught the ball, started going the other way. And again, it's one of those moments where we talked about how, like, it's been methodical practices, but there are moments where you kind of forget it's a practice and, like, things go very quickly and you're always like, whoa, 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 easy, easy, easy. Okay, play's over, because there were a couple ones like that. Because Mike, on top of the Poyer play, which was a very nice interception, a lot of running plays.
Dan's right. Running plays are worthless. I mean, not worthless to the team. I take that back because they're trying to get timing down and all those
blocking
things.
Scheme.
But you're kind of watching it, and there goes, James Cook is busting through. Josh does, I think it might have even been a busted play. And there he is sprinting to the corner. Was Micah Hyde, right? Or was it Taylor Rapp?
Taylor Rapp.
Running towards him. Now, in no world is Taylor Rapp going to get within 5 feet of him, but Josh is still killing it to get to the corner because he's competitive and he wants to be able to say you wouldn't have been able to hit me anyhow. But you just hope in those moments that the player doesn't lose his mind for a second and run into Josh Allen. But your point about the running plays is they're not tackling, they're not hitting. No. It's about timing. That's all they're doing. Yes. When they put the pads on, it'll look a little bit more that way, but you can't judge anything about running plays.
So inside baseball, I remember covering my first few training camps, and you see these runs, and the guy gets a handoff, and they burst through, and the crowd cheers. And I remember going, wow, look at this guy. Look at this explosive burst. Give credit to the Athletics' Joe Piscaglia. He was one of the guys who pulls me down. He goes, there is nothing more meaningless in training camp than a running play. Just because, again, they're not the offensive line, especially without pads. These guys, they're going to pad up tomorrow. We'll get to that in a second. But again, you're not looking at all of these things going, wow, look at this guy burst through the hole. It's like they're not really going 100%.
No, they aren't. And, when you first started covering this team, there are times when they've had players like LaShawn McCoy.
Yes.
So fans are excited about the running back because they didn't always have anything else. This team has that because they have Josh Allen and Stefon Diggs. I'm going to give you a chance to talk about Stefon Diggs again.
Again, I know we've talked about him at length, and maybe we could have even led this video out by just talking about, again, just lather, rinse, repeat. Another dominant day from Diggs, who is just seemingly automatic. And I wish we could film more. We're allowed to tweet things up to, some people are going, how come you can't tweet strategy and things like that? That's the team rules. That's just what we're doing. Other teams are different. But not being able to film one-on-one reps is the coolest. It's one of the coolest things to do is to get those guys. They did running backs on linebackers, I think, the other day. Today it was corners and wide receivers. And Stefon Diggs went up against Trey White. So again, you're talking about good competition.
Right.
This isn't a pretend running play. And Josh and Stefon were 3 for 3. A slant and out, and the last play, it's hard to describe, but it wasn't a back shoulder throw. It was a front shoulder throw.
Right.
So if I'm Stefon Diggs and you're Trey White, you have great coverage on me, the sideline's over here, the ball whizzed past Trey's ear into the front shoulder of him. Trey didn't even get a chance to look around. It wasn't like a back shoulder fade. It was a laser to the front shoulder that I looked at people next to us and I audibly said, wow. It was that good of a throw. And to Trey, perfect coverage.
Right.
Perfect coverage. He was all over him. But it was just a better throw and a catch. That we've seen multiple times so far at camp. Another level of Diggs, another level of Allen. And I go, Rodgers can make that throw, and probably Mahomes. But that's about it in the NFL, guys that can make that front shoulder. We all talk about, the back shoulder timing. You can it's kind of throwing the guy open. Diggs wasn't open. It was great coverage by Trey White. People were asking on Twitter, how's Trey looked? Trey's looks good.
Yeah.
He looks like him, more like himself. But it was just, it's a throw that I'm still thinking about right now, Mike. And that was an hour and a half ago when practice ended.
And to continue on, Gabe Davis, I thought, had a really good day today, but there was a play, and we are literally standing as close as we are to the camera, and here comes the throw. Great throw. I think it was Josh on the throw, right in the hands, or it was a perfect spot, and Dane Jackson's there to make the play, and heard a little interaction there.
Right over here, breaks up the pass, and you just hear Gabe immediately go, good job, Dane. We'll go with good job. Goes, good job, Dane. And he goes, damn, that was good. He goes, the throw was right there, and Dane kind of runs past us. But to hear that interaction of, man, that was a good throw, I had it, great job, Dane. It was so good that, again, Sean McDermott came over to slap up Dane Jackson. Again, I know I called him like the Levi Wallace, the ugly penny. He's continuing to get first-team reps to earn them and is playing well.
By the way, it's bad penny, not ugly penny. It's a bad penny.
It's
not
a penny.
An ugly penny.
It's a penny. It's a penny.
Okay, it's a penny. But, Dane continues to play. I mean, again, that to me is a lot of that is technique stuff, recognizing things. But those are the plays I love to see because it's outstanding offense and really good defense.
Agreed.
And like I said, Gabe had a good day today, so it'll be interesting. And the other guy, we've talked about him most days, but I'm looking forward to, and this will lead into for tomorrow, is Dalton Kincaid. Not as much of pass catching and all today, but a chance to talk to him. We've seen him out on the field a lot. How would you describe him in the interviews? Very matter of fact?
Matter of fact, plain.
Yeah.
He's just, we're walking away from the interview and we're kind of trying to sit there and decipher the best sound bites to talk about. There weren't a whole lot. He talked for about 10 to 12 minutes.
Yeah. He
makes good coffee for Dawson Knox.
Right.
Not a whole lot there, and then we kind of sat back. Nothing really seems to faze him.
Right.
It's. I asked him, have you had a welcome to the NFL moment? And he's like, not really. It's cool that this is my job. I get to. He's happy he doesn't have to go to class anymore. That he can work on his body more. It was very, almost, Mike, I guess, ho hum. This is really cool. I get to play football, but it's just football.
Now, in fairness to him, he did start out the interview saying, when we put the pads on, I'll be looking, coming up for my welcome to the NFL moments.
Yes.
I think it's going to come. Look, you're not going to get hit going across the middle. Maybe a little bit.
Yeah.
Sometimes guys get a little worked up when the pads come on. I think the biggest welcome to the NFL moments are going to come from him when he's trying to block.
I agree. And that's something that Sean McDermott said that, they don't know. And I know he talks about one of the plays on here where Shaq Lawson kind of ate his lunch. But again, it's a running play in this. He's not really slamming into a defensive end. And Sean added that. We don't really know where he's at. We're going to test him, just like he talked about. They're going to have to see what he does well, what he doesn't do well, and how that plays out. But again, I don't think he's going to be asked to do a whole lot of it, but it's just a matter of putting your body in space.
But there are moments when you got to do that. I mean, wide receivers are asked to block. I don't think anybody thinks Stefon Diggs is a blocker, but there are moments when you have to block and you have to help your team. So I think that's going to be interesting. The pads coming on. It's always a talk here. I was joking with somebody today. When I first started covering this, there was pads on every day, 2 a days. It was insane what they did to the players. Putting the pads on is a big deal. These guys do not walk around at home with shoulder pads on. Like, the only time they're going full pads is at a practice here. When they took them off after the Bengals game, no guy put full pads on again until they come here. You don't pad up in the OTAs, right? So they do it tomorrow, and they mentioned that, you know. And for the other guys, it's getting used to them wearing the full uniform. It's a big day for Damar Hamlin.
It's going to be different. Obviously, putting the helmet on, I think, was another checklist in that journey back to normalcy.
Right.
And I think tomorrow in pads will be another one. And like I said, you've seen Damar come out and kind of savor moments, the first training camp practice, to be out here, things like that. I think tomorrow will be another psychological day more than even physical day of just kind of overcoming that.
Yeah, I mean, because it is different, and we'll all be able to tell the tone of practice will be different. They'll do some goal line stuff. There is, and there are moments where there is more contact. Sometimes they have all these different levels of contact when they're out here. You know, maybe sometimes they take a guy to the ground. It's just different. It is just different for him. And I think the team and Damar are on the same page. I think it'll be a clear understanding of how he's doing. Now, it doesn't mean tomorrow he's got to be back 1,000% doing this, because guys adjust. I'm telling you, it was a big deal Trey White didn't in camp last year because he didn't come back till later. But guys coming back from injury, everything, when they get to that point, it is a big deal. I think the Bills and Damar have an understanding of how he's handling camp, but it'll be interesting to see how it goes.
I thought Gabe talked about it the other day on Friday. The psychological, the mental hurdles of, you think your ankle's fine or something like that. So again, I think this is another step in that direction. Obviously at Damar's, it's 1,000 times more serious than an ankle sprain.
Right.
So to get him to get over that, but it'll be exciting. I think it'll be emotional, and again, I think the crowd will embrace that. Damar also got a lot of run with the first teams today.
Yeah.
Hyde and Poyer didn't get as many reps. They were working in Rapp and Hamlin, so it was good to see.
Yeah. When I watch Damar out on the field, he doesn't seem any different than he ever has. But again, it's an adjustment for everybody. One other thing I wanted to mention from today's practice was Kim Pegula was here.
Yes.
They have an SUV that Terry Pegula says in some time. She was there. She did not come outside to watch practice.
Correct.
We don't want to make a big deal about it, other than it was great to see that she was out here. I don't even know how many fans recognize that. I don't know if you would have, but it's been an odd circumstance for the family, and she was out watching practice today.
It was noteworthy that she was here. Like I said, we didn't get any shots of her. Sean McDermott went up to the SUV. I know Josh Allen went up to the SUV after practice, just to kind of, I'm sure, just to say hi. But again, we kind of, for our perspective, we talked about it. It's a little bit of privacy, and we weren't going to go throw a camera or go ask for questions with Kim Pegula as she's continuing to come back from her. Yeah,
it's Kim Pegula and the Pegula family. She's a person. She's gone through a lot. It's nice to see for them that they felt this. Beyond that, just so you guys know, that at least she has been out here. I don't know if she'll come back at other practices. She may be back tomorrow for all we know, but it was nice to see for her. So
I know we talked about defense at length in this video. I thought the offense looked really good today. I thought this was Josh Allen's best day. We could probably lead videos more by saying Josh is great, but we do that quite often. So it was nice to give Poona Ford and some of these other guys a little bit of shine today.
It's funny you say that, because we've had a few interviews with, like, Ken Dorsey. I wrote down it was 20 minutes into the Ken Dorsey interview before anybody asked him about Josh Allen. A lot of times it's Josh. What about Josh? And how about Josh? He's Josh Allen. Like, he's
signed a lot of autographs today.
Yeah, back again. He's been doing a great job with that. I mean, everybody wants to see him. He's a superstar. All right, that's going to do it for us today. We have plenty of videos already posted up here. Make sure you check them out. Every day we have content that we are here at camp, and they are back tomorrow with the pads on. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. For Jenna, who's relaxing, getting a day, good for her. Yeah.
She's back working in the studio.
She is. Today, she's back in the studio, so good for her. That was all good.
She's going to watch this and hate this. She's going to say, you guys said I had the day off.
Well, she had yesterday
She had yesterday off.
Yeah. So did I. You worked.
Yeah.
Dan's always working. All right, that's going to do it for us. For Dan, I'm Mike. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time on Buffalo Plus.